Issue that I want to talk about briefly and then take questions, of course, is, the last 10 months we've been working on pensions and to work to reach resolution. We are ready to proceed and move forward. We'll present the plan to Councilmember Dave Martin's subcommittee on BFA tomorrow, going over what we will be presenting on Wednesday. But the vote will be, it will be on the agenda for October 26th. I expect to vote on October 26th, and I am hopeful that the council members will give us a strong vote as we move forward. And the next step, of course, will be to present the package to the legislature. And assuming everything flows well, I think everyone will be on board. That's my hope. But even if, for example, something should happen between now and then, there is a set plan that we will present to the council members on tomorrow and then present to City Council on October 26th. That is a hard date, and the plan that is being submitted does meet the objectives that I outlined when I first came into office. We are going to reduce the unfunded liability by close to a third. It is going to be a closed amortization of 30 years. We are going to reduce the discount rate down to 7%. There will be a mechanism in place, the corridor with the thermostat, that will control and contain the cost 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now. It will be cost neutral. It is cost neutral. And immediately as of next year, the cost savings, the cost avoidance, is roughly right around $217 million. And so that is a part of it. And that's the plan that we're going to present tomorrow and present to City Council on October 26th for approval. And I certainly want to thank everybody who has helped to get us to this point. Certainly want to thank Kelly Down, the finance team. Want to thank Ron Lewis from the City Attorney's Office. This is the moment, and we are moving forward. So, having said all of that, I'll stop and take questions.
Mayor, do you anticipate the pension board's actually voting on this proposal prior to the council meeting?
I know, I think police met on Tuesday, and I think they did take some action on it. The municipals, if they didn't vote, hopefully between now and Wednesday they will vote. Same thing with fire. Between now and then they will vote. But irrespective, we are moving out with a set plan on tomorrow and then on Wednesday. We have what we need. I know definitively what we are going to be presenting. The numbers are, if they change, they're only going to change for the better. They're not going to change for the worse. The corridor is set. I know what we're going to do. The only difference is, and I will tell you, if we don't have full agreement, then it's police and fire are going to be pretty close to one another. I am set on that. We have worked very hard and long to get everybody on the same page. I certainly do. And the employees deserve certainty, and I think that's important. And we have struck a balance. I believe I have struck a balance that provides employees certainty. No retirement check is going to be decreased as a result of this plan. I think that's critically important. No retirement check is going to be decreased. It is a defined benefit plan, as I promised 10 months ago, and I'm holding to that promise today. I made it very clear to employees. It's a defined benefit. We don't have to deal with this issue, every year or 5 years. There's a mechanism in place that will automatically bring us back to the table if cost should go up. And we don't have to wait another 15 years and then try to correct it in 15 years, which is what we're doing right now, which makes it difficult. But if we see things starting to tick up down the road, we make those modifications, those adjustments when we get to that point. And that is a strong, excellent mechanism to contain the cost. So it's my hope that the business community will sign off. I've met with the Great Houston Partnership this week on it at length and discussed it with them. Been talking with legislators. The responses have been very positive. But this train has left the station, and this train is moving forward.
So I wanted to, having attended the pension board meetings yesterday, I wanted just your thoughts on a couple of bits of feedback I heard repeatedly from specifically active and retired police firemen and everything, they talked about how they don't perceive the city sharing in the sacrifice, given the cost neutrality to the city of the proposal. And, you know, many of them were, it's hard to gauge whether they were joking or not. They're talking about, well, might as well retire, I'm gonna head over to file my papers, that kind of thing.
Well,
I've heard that from people. So
I think that's the beauty of we've designed a system so that there is no need to rush to retire. It is a very fair system. On the police side, we are putting in $750 million in pension obligation bonds. That's roughly the equivalent of what the city of the years has borrowed from the police pension fund. We're putting that back in, okay? On the municipal side, the city has borrowed quite a bit from the municipals. We're putting in $250 million to help shoulder that fund out. That's a benefit to every active as well as to retired employees. We are committed. We are saying to employees, we are going to pay the full amount each and every year. That benefits the retired employees, that benefits the active employees. I think what every employee needs, there's no reason to rush to the door, because the reality is if we don't fix it, let's say if we don't fix it, and we can't pay the tab, you can retire now, but your check still won't come. So why rush to the door? If the system fails, then whether you're retired or active, you're still in the same box. What we are doing, and the changes that are being made, are changes that have been worked out with their respective pension representatives. You know, so I didn't come in and say you're going to just do this in terms of the changes to COLAs or the changes to drops. Those